Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, Thunder by the Bay is back in Sarasota this year after a brief stint in Lakewood Ranch. The event attracts bikers from all over and outside the U.S., and not everyone is happy about the change in venue. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us live from the Sarasota Fairgrounds tonight to explain why organizers moved that event out of downtown and are doubtful it could ever return to Main Street. Erica?
Good evening. Our party continues here at the Sarasota County Fairgrounds. This is the first time organizers are hosting part of the event here, saying that Thunder by the Bay has outgrown downtown Sarasota. And after some turbulence with the city, organizers hope that this can become its new permanent home. Cruising along one by one, dozens of motorcycles turned into thousands Saturday afternoon at the Sarasota County Fairgrounds.
This year I got the privilege to go, and I'm blessed to go.
Thunder by the Bay has become an annual tradition for the local biker community, but the festival has yet to find its permanent home.
To be a destination event, you have to allow for change and growth.
Thunder by the Bay director Lucy McAndry realized the festival was outgrowing downtown Sarasota in 2016, when city leaders and businesses complained the festival hurt downtown. The event moved to Lakewood Ranch, but fundraising for local nonprofit Suncoast Charities for Children took a $100,000 hit after a weekend of bad weather.
This is perfect. It's centrally located, a lot of room, hotels are near here, and you're only a mile and a half from downtown.
So far, McAndry says the event is running smoothly at the fairgrounds, which may be better since in 2016, visitors came from around the world, booking 8,400 hotel rooms, bringing in $8.8 million to the community and more than $100,000 for the charity. Jay and Michelle Bonnet still miss the days when the whole festival took place on Main Street.
It would be nice to be welcomed back into the downtown area again.
I like the environment better, the streets, the shops, the openness of it.
McAndry, however, says Sarasota has a large and supportive community for bikers and hopes this is the last time the party has to move.
This is the best of both worlds, and the most important thing is we can continue to make it a free event for the public and still raise money for charity.
The event will continue here through tomorrow night, and organizers expect a total of 50,000 people to walk through these gates by the time the event ends tomorrow. And organizers expect and are hoping to raise about $100,000 for Suncoast Charities for Children and expect to have an $8 million economic impact for our area. Reporting live in Sarasota at the Sarasota County Fairgrounds, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you very much, Erica. And speaking of events this weekend, the annual Cortez Fishing Festival is also back for another year of local seafood dishes and live music. That event has been known to draw a lot of traffic to the island. So this year, to help you avoid the crowded streets, the Manatee County Area Transit is offering a shuttle service. It will pick up passengers up from GT Bray Park's west entrance off of 59th Street West and continue from the Coquina Beach bus turnaround. The shuttle will run from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow, and the cost is $1.50 each way. Venice City Council members pushing this week for a fix to a dangerous intersection not included in the Florida Department of Transportation's expansion of the Venice bypass. The intersection is between Detweiler's Farm Market on the west side of the US 41 bypass and the Regency Square Shopping Center to the east. There are no markings or turn lanes, so the intersection is basically a free-for-all for cars trying to cross. And because the bypass is a state road, it could qualify for safety funding in addition to the money dedicated to the road widening. That expansion is expected to get underway sometime next year. And now let's head over to Wendy Ross for a check on our first alert weather forecast. And Wendy, it was hot and sunny today.
Oh my goodness, it was an A-plus day. We had one of those great days. Once the fog lifted this morning, we were left with nothing but sunshine. You can see all the cloudy weather way to the north of us, and none of that is coming here. We've got a few showers across the southeast, but once again, none of that is coming here. So we are going to end up with a beautiful night tonight. We do have dense fog advisories that have gone into effect effect starting at 10 o'clock, and they'll continue until noontime tomorrow, but I think we'll be able to bring that back quite a bit during the morning hours when it will finally dissipate. But right now we don't have anything to show you on radar. There are no low clouds around, 73 degrees with fair skies at this hour at the airport. Dew point at 62 degrees, humidity is at 68%, and the winds are calm. They're coming in right off the Gulf at around 6 miles per hour. So all around our region, temperatures are in the low to mid 70s, and we have fair skies right now. And for the rest of your evening, expect to see beautiful sky conditions up until about 9 o'clock. At around 10, we're expecting to see that fog coming on through, and it will be dense fog through the overnight time period. We'll talk about the rest of our weekend in just a few minutes. Adam.
Well, the Florida high school massacre is sparking a call for less firepower. Surviving students rallying with other protesters in South Florida today, urging stricter gun laws in the wake of that high school mass shooting. ABC's Jim Ryan is in Fort Lauderdale tonight. He gives us a look at that demonstration.
Anger and frustration boil over at a rally in Fort Lauderdale. Protesters calling on the Florida legislature to push for more firearm safety.
If all our government and president can do is send thoughts and prayers, then it's time for victims to be the change that we need to see.
This is about protecting our children.
The drive for stricter gun laws was ignited by the horrendous mass shooting that left 17 people dead at a high school not far from the site of the rally.
The fact that all of you are out here today is showing that this is a turning point in American history.
Investigators say the 19-year-old shooter fired at least 150 rounds.
The fact that this isn't just a mental health issue, he wouldn't have harmed that many students with a knife.
Some shooting victims, like Anthony Borges, are still in the hospital. He used his body to barricade a classroom door.
At that moment, none of us knew what to do. None of us knew what to do, so he took the initiative to just save his other classmates.
Anthony is expected to survive, but was shot several times. His father describes his wounds.
One here, another one, another one here, and he get two in this palm.
Investigators say the shooter used an AR-15. Protesters here question the easy access to assault-style rifles like that one.
One person who had no business with an assault rifle was able to walk in and buy an AR-15 and use it for death and destruction. That's not okay.
Jim Ryan, ABC News, Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Back here at home, there could soon be some changes to city parks up in Palmetto. A proposed ordinance is now on the table that would ban drones, remote control cars, and exotic animals. Palmetto's police chief says they haven't really had too many issues related to these things so far in their parks. He tells us it's just the city's way of stepping ahead of any potential problems and updating an ordinance that has not been touched since 1975.
Our existing park ordinances now really don't regulate or really don't speak to what kind of behavior is acceptable and not. You know, I think when they were written, they probably didn't have issues with people getting along in the park.
If this ordinance does get adopted, penalties for those who don't obey the law would initially include a warning, then a citation, and even a possible ban from the parks. A second reading on this ordinance will take place on February 26th, got to look down here, February 26th, there it is, and that's when city commissioners are expected to make this official. My apologies there. Well, a very special birthday party was held this afternoon in Palmer Ranch. Volunteers with a Soldier's Child Foundation coming out to wrap gifts for 200 children across the country who have lost one or two parents giving their lives serving our military. The foundation also throwing a birthday party for one of those children, now 8-year-old William. William's father died in 2010 while defending our nation. He has received one of those boxes of gifts every year on his birthday, and we spoke to his mom on what those gifts mean to her and her family.
So every year he always waits for that time frame of when they're going to be delivering the boxes, and he'll sit and he'll wait, and once he gets those boxes he'll sit it at the foot of his bed until it's his birthday, and then he'll open it. It means a lot, and it shows that, you know, my husband made the ultimate sacrifice, and these people, they still care 8 years down the line.
The ASC Foundation not only celebrates each child's birthday until the age of 18, they also sponsor a camp for the kids to come together and later on help them apply for college scholarships. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, in the midst of a difficult flu season, a look at the machine that is helping doctors test for the virus in hopes of stopping that spread. And the investigation into health concerns at Bayshore High School gaining momentum. Students and staff cooperating with Florida's Department of Health.
Thousands of award-winning Honda SUVs are on sale from $189 a month during the Honda President's Day sales event. You've got to see these SUVs. Get a surprisingly spacious 2018 HR-V, $189 a month, or step up to Pilot for $289 a month with available seating for 8. Plus, we have Motor Trend's SUV of the Year, the 2018 CR-V, and Ridgeline, a Car and Driver's 10 Best. All on sale for up to $38.05, less than the competition, at your local Honda dealer.
This holiday season, show a little imagination. For her, how about a visit to the spa or an evening at a fine restaurant? For him, it could be a round of golf on a world-class course or gear from the pro shop. You'll find these gifts and more at rtjgolf.com/gift cards. RTJ gift cards and resort cards are easy to wrap and never go out of style. Whether it's a good drive, a great steak, or relaxation at the spa, find it at rtjgolf.com/gift cards.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7.
What has changed? Really, what has changed for a fire department that was non-union wanting to suddenly become union?
A fire chief is under siege after allegations of mistreating firefighters. He is fighting back, but who is paying for the attorney fees? I'm Alan Cohn. Join us for a fiery trapezoid.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Well, this season's flu shot hasn't been as effective as past seasons, and inaccurate test results make fighting the disease even more challenging. But as Rob Flatibo reports, a machine that can tell with almost perfect precision if a patient has the flu is helping doctors prevent it from spreading.
Take some deep breaths, right?
Tara Jean Lee has recovered after recently testing positive for the flu here at Stanford Healthcare's Menlo Medical Clinic in Menlo Park.
I was out of work for a total of 4 days, and it just really knocked me down.
Fortunately for Tara Jean, the clinic has one of these. It's a diagnostic tool, a machine that looks for the flu virus in a different way and is far more effective than conventional tests, says Dr. Anthony Powell.
This test uses a nucleic acid amplification. It's very sensitive, and so for influenza B, it's nearly 100% sensitive. Influenza A, it's more than 95% sensitive, so it's much, much better.
Traditional rapid flu test, still the most common type, requires a swab deep in the nasal cavity and are just 50 to 70% accurate, says the CDC. which can produce false negatives, meaning a patient with the flu may not know it.
Right, so we can get you treated when you need to have the therapy, and then we can feel confident that you have the flu and our test is accurate. And if we treat you, if you have family members that are likely to be exposed, we can also give them Tamiflu prophylactically so they don't get the flu. So that can make a big difference in terms of cutting down the spread of the flu.
And that is huge, given the fact that the CDC also says that the flu vaccine is just 36% effective overall in preventing flu illness. The machines have been finding their way into more and more clinics like this one and may well be helping to save lives.
I mean, you know, I knew right then and there on the spot. As soon as they ran the test, doctor came in and said, "You're positive," and was able to treat me right there on the spot.
In Menlo Park, Rob Flattebo.
And according to the CDC, 84 children have died from the flu in the United States since October. Well, the Florida Department of Health in Manatee County actively collecting data from Bayshore High students, faculty, and staff today at the State College of Florida, and that's past and alumni, excuse me. The health study comes after years of complaints made by people who attended the school who say the school may be to blame for hundreds of them developing cancer and other deadly illnesses. The study was extended earlier this month through Friday, March 30th, and the results of that study are expected to take approximately 6 months to be compiled before they are presented. Well, Wendy Ross joins us once again in the show, and Wendy, weather stole the show today.
It did steal the show. In fact, I'm giving myself an A+.
Yeah, you deserve it.
I think so.
Well done.
I think so. You know, once the fog lifted today, we saw nothing but sunshine. It was absolutely beautiful. Temperatures right around that 80-degree mark.
Imagine a lot of people returning to the beach today.
Oh my gosh, if you weren't outside today, this is what it looked like all day. Again, once the fog lifted, we just saw nothing but beautiful conditions. And these are the kind of days you want to remember in June, July, August, and September, because this was the most stellar weather that we could hope to have. And as you can see, today's highs were right around that 80-degree mark. If you were away from the water, a little bit warmer than if you were right at the water's edge. So Bradenton, Sarasota, Venice, all in the upper 70s for highs. And then you can see that east, we saw temperatures mostly in the low 80s. And right now, we've got temperatures in the 70s once again along the beaches, 74, 73, 72, all the way down through Venice. And then Boca is reporting 74 degrees. Once again, you move east and you're looking at those temperatures right around 80 degrees still. And everyone is reporting fair skies right now. So things are beautiful right now. However, a dense fog advisory will be put out at around 10 o'clock tonight, when we're going to start to see that fog moving through. And then by tomorrow morning, that fog is going to lift. We're going to see plenty of sunshine once again, kind of a repeat of today. And then we're looking at those temperatures at right around 80 degrees once again. So the fog and the wind is going to be coming on through during the overnight time period, starting at 10 o'clock, where it'll start to make its way onshore, and then beginning it overnight, we're going to start to see it moving on towards the east, and then by Sunday morning, it begins to come back out and moves out into the Gulf of Mexico, and we are going to be left with beautiful conditions for the rest of the day. We do have a cold front that's well to our north across the southeastern part of the country in the Tennessee Valley, with low pressure moving on out into the Atlantic. This front does not come here. We are not going to see it. The rain isn't going to come on through. As a matter of fact, it just sweeps on out into the Atlantic. High pressure is going to prevail for us, and so that means another day of beautiful sky conditions. And as you can see, once again, here's our future cast showing that all of that rain will continue to stay away from our area. We've had a couple of showers over the northern Gulf of Mexico, but they're really falling apart as they get close to land, and they are not coming here. We're not going to be seeing rain overnight. We're not going to see rain tomorrow. It's going to be another beautiful day across the region. So if you are taking advantage of the motorcycle events, anything to do with outdoors, you won't be sorry tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. So for our future cast, you can see that we're going to start to see these clouds slipping on in, and these are low-level fog clouds that are going to be moving on through. This is the fog that's going to be moving on in, and then it's going to start to move in farther to the east, and then it starts to recede once again. So sometime during the morning hours, we're going to see it moving right back out into the Gulf of Mexico, and we're going to be left with some beautiful sky conditions. There's a dense fog advisory advisory from 10 until noon, but it's going to be mostly out of here by the morning hours. So we're going to see it moving on. Fog, then sun. The Gulf water temperature 75 degrees. So do be careful if you're heading out to the beach because you will need some sunscreen. Dense fog for the overnight time period. And for our 7-day forecast, we are looking at some beautiful sky conditions for the rest of the weekend after the fog burns off. Remember, Monday is the holiday, still beautiful with temperatures warming up, and they're going to continue to warm up all the way through the middle part of the week. Thursday is our only chance for any rain, and there's only a 20% chance of rain on Thursday. Adam?
Now, sports.
Well, with less than a week until spring training games begin, the Orioles opened up Ed Smith Stadium today for those fans who just couldn't wait. It was fans young and old coming out to the 3rd annual Spring Fest, the Orioles' free event offering different games and activities throughout the stadium, or a view of the big league practices happening on the complex's back fields. Now, fans were also given access to the stadium field for a short time to play catch, maybe with their parents, their buddies, and heroes. Their heroes will be playing starting February 23rd, which is Baltimore's home opener against the Tampa Bay Rays.
It was a lot of fun. It was like you're actually out there like a major leaguer.
I've told one of our new staff members to go out in center field, stand out there, and think how far Adam Jones has to run left or right to catch a fly ball. It's huge.
And remember, fans can watch practice every day until that first game. The backfields will be open from 9:30 to 12:30. The first full squad workout is this coming Monday. And the Pittsburgh Pirates helped Manatee Cal Ripken baseball with their opening day today. What these kids lack in skill, they make up for in cuteness, as you can see right there from some of the gameplay. Just some classic wandering minds out there. This happened at the Heritage Harbor facilities. The Pirates helped provide complimentary concessions and gave out wiffle ball bats to roughly 300 kids who were in attendance. Their spring training home opener will be February 24th against the Yankees. Well, the NBA All-Star Dunk Contest is later tonight. The game will be happening tomorrow, but Friday, fans were treated to the future with the Rising Stars game. It's similar to the All-Star game in that you won't see much defense. You will see a lot of that. That's Donovan Mitchell, the Utah Jazz Rookie of the Year candidate, throwing it down. And then coming up a little later in the game, it was Bogdan Bogdanovic shooting a three from outer space. He was the game's MVP with 26 points. And finally, trust the process. Joel Embiid playing just 5 minutes, but enough time for that drive, spin, and dunk. The world team beat the USA 155-121. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veterans Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
on the next Black Almanac.
And one of the beautiful parts about the community, at that particular time, the community was very, very functional. You know, we were going through Jim Crow and segregation, but the community the community thrived. The community had it had an economic base. You know, it had an economy. And the economy was because we had to spend money with each other.
Sunday morning at 7:30 on ABC 7.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Well, another crystal clear Saturday. Windy. It was like after the fog, things just cleared up. How much of that can we expect tonight and tomorrow?
We're going to almost have a repeat of that tomorrow. So we're going to see the fog in the morning. We've got dense fog advisories in effect until noontime tomorrow, but more than likely that is going to dissipate before then. And you can see temperatures will stay in the mid-80s all the way up through Wednesday. 20% chance of rain on Thursday. For tonight, we're going to be seeing fair skies all the way till 9 o'clock. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s. And then once the fog comes on in, it'll be with us throughout the overnight time period. And we get down to about 60, 61 degrees for the overnight low.
Yeah, so a bit of those warmer days, nice cool nights. Wide range of clothing you can wear at least outside.
Yes, indeed. It's kind of perfect.